They're locked in at sixth right now, joined by Kiwikid from Dignitas. Kiwikid, let's kind of go over the split. What was the split like for you? Because it feels like Dig had a little up, a little bit of down, etc.
It's like a typical Dignitas split. I mean, we did end with a win, which I don't really vividly remembering for a while, but yeah, we ended with a win, I guess. But that doesn't really save what happened near starting at the middle of the split. Yeah. So usually, here's the Dignitas split. We always hold first. Like I think at least 5 of the 6 splits so far, we've held first place like in the first 3 weeks at least, and it feels good. Like, yeah, we feel like we're better. Everybody's like, nice. This is the Dignitas. I can't wait for that moment. Like, it's heartbreaking. I don't want to reminisce. And, somehow starting in the middle of the split, we just start to falter and we kind of throw our, series lead. And we always seem unable to recover. Like, I think I've played in at least 2 relegation matches, which is really not that fun. Yeah. But, the split, we made it to playoffs, and I don't really remember being in playoffs that often. So I really just want to give it my best because, I've been in here 3 years now, and I really want to get to Worlds. I feel like if I don't get to Worlds, everything I've done here is almost null and almost like, I don't want to say a waste of time because that feels a little bit harsh, but I gave up a lot of my school for this, and I'm gonna have to, if I ever go back to school, I'm gonna have to retake a lot of things because I feel like I forgot everything, and I just need to make it worth it to me, and of course for my team because I really love them.
A lot of people were saying that perhaps part of the reason that you guys dropped off was because of the coach swap in the middle of the season. How much of Sammy departing was a factor in like the dip that you guys saw at the end?
It's really hard to say because everything intangible like that is really hard to say. Any kind of influence, you can't really tell because there's no like definitive number or anything. But I think it had to do at least a decent amount with it, because without a solid figurehead, I mean, yeah, Broken Short's been doing a great job coaching and giving us our picks and giving us ideas and plans. But I felt like Rico, as like an older member or older person, just command a lot of more respect just naturally, and I feel like that's what we needed in the house for just like optimal practicing and just keeping everybody together and like disciplined, for lack of a better word. Actually, that's a pretty good word.
Did things start to fall apart internally, or like, I mean, you're saying there was like a lack of discipline. Did things start to go by the wayside?
It was never expressed, but I feel like our scrims weren't being taken as seriously. It's kind of hard to say. Maybe I'm just imagining it, but I felt like we weren't getting the most out of scrims. And yeah, we were practicing new stuff. We were practicing comms that the team and Broken Shark could both agree on. But I feel like, win or lose after any scrim, we weren't getting much out of it. It's kind of awkward. Yeah, just still, as you can see, it still kind of puzzles me, and I really wish I knew why. And I feel like the only thing I can really attribute to is Rico not being there.
All right, so moving forward, now you guys are headed into the playoffs. Realistically, what do you think your chances are there? I know you've got your eyes set on Worlds, but it seems like a lot of the other teams are starting to look really good right now.
Yeah, I think the top 5 are looking great. Bar TSM. Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. Sorry, guys. And, realistically, it just depends if we can get through this. I mean, like, I genuinely felt we were, like, almost a world-class team in the first, like, 3. Like, when Helios came in and we played for that first weekend with Helios, I felt, like, it was like an amazing feeling, and I just really want to get there. And I think if we can get there, realistically, we can easily get to Worlds, like 90%. But right now, say we don't find a way, probably like 10%. I just kind of flipped it around. Yeah. So it just depends if we can get through this, kind of downfall. Yeah.
What does that look like for the next 2 weeks? What do you come in and say, like, okay, guys, like we're still going to playoffs, but we need to like crack down on this, or how do you think that things change in the next couple of weeks?
We need to really crack down on this. We're probably going to bring in a translator. I'm going to suggest that. I think that's what we really need. I think we have plans for our like remote coach named Joy Luck. He was a NLB caster for Korea, and I think it's a really smart idea to fly him in. And with him, our chance to go to Worlds is the most it can be.
Well, Kiwi, is there anything that you would like to say to any of your fans out there who happy to see you guys making it to playoffs and are rooting for you to go to Worlds?
Yeah, shout out to all my fans that have been stuck with me for all this time. And sorry for the kind of like depressing mood for this interview. I apologize to Travis too. I really want to give a lighthearted one like I usually do, but yeah, just kind of facing reality, and also I'm kind of drained right now, so I guess that kind of has to do with it too. So once again, I apologize, and thanks to our major sponsors: Corsair, Western Digital, Alienware Scan, Intel, Twitch. Thanks, and you can see them all. And thanks, Travis and Mark, again.
Thank you so much for the interview, Kiwikid. No apologies necessary. It's always good to get kind of a realistic sense of how someone's feeling, so I appreciate it, you being so candid. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things League of Legends at GameSpot.com/LOL.